I will not be sad. Independent baddie. I can do that in 5 minutes. Hello. Welcome back. Today, I mostly want to talk about how difficult it is to stop talking about your problems and actually fix your problems. This isn't a self-help channel, and I don't want it to become a self-help channel, but I just want it to be somewhere where I could just talk, where I can just speak clearly, when I can communicate with others. Even though no one watches my videos, I still make them. And I wanted this video to be mostly about just how long it took me to stop talking about my problems and actually doing something in order to fix them. Because I feel like a lot of people, whenever they have a problem, they like go around telling people like, oh no, like this is happening to me, this, and they go in depth into what their problem is, who caused it, what the issue, where it occurred, how long it's been going on. Like they'll tell you, they'll sit there and talk to you for hours about how long, like how much they're struggling. And you'll try to give them advice. Like any good person, you'll be like, oh, like you should do this, like you should talk to this person, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. You try to give them advice. But at the end of the day, they almost never take it. They almost always continue talking about their problems, but never actually do anything about them. And I started to realize that when I was a teenager, because like every teenager, you like talking to people, you like communicating, and sometimes you don't really have a lot to communicate, so you just make shit up, like every teenager does. But I noticed that a lot of people would just always talk about their problems. And I'm not saying that talking about your problems is a bad thing. Sometimes you just need to put something out there, tell it to someone, and so you can process it and then do what you have to do in order to solve it. But I feel that a lot of people just love the act of just telling people what their issue is and just playing the victim the whole time. And I've noticed that so many people do that, and whenever you give them, even if you give them a step-by-step on how to fix their problem, they're never going to do it because they just love talking about their problems. And recently, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to see what I can do in order to fix my issues, and I'm not really going to tell people about it. I'm not saying that's a good part on my behalf, because I don't really tell people about anything that's going on with me, which some people can say that's good, some people can say that's bad, but I don't really tell people about my problems. I just fix them on my own. Sometimes I do need help from others, so then I'll reach out and be like, hey, can you please help me with this? Like, I really need some help with this. And a lot of times people will say yes, just because they know that I'm not really that type of person to just be out there crying about what's going on with me. Like, everybody that knows me knows that I am very much self-reliant. I am very much independent, and I love being like that. I love the fact that I can do something on my own and I can get stuff done on my own. So a lot of times, even if I need someone, I will just find a way to do it on my own. So I started to just rely on myself, and things have been going great. They have been going great, and I'm willing to say these are some of the best years in my life. These are some of the best years ever since I stopped relying on others, ever since I started just relying on myself, and ever since I started trusting myself to get stuff done, and ever since I started to just realize that I can do a lot more than what I gave myself credit for before. Because before I would be like, oh, I can't do this, so I'm just gonna ask for help. Like, I wouldn't even give myself the chance to try, because I had so much self-doubt that I would just be like, oh, I can't do that, okay, and I'll just shrug it off and then do something else, or just call someone to help me. But now that I'm this independent baddie, I'm always like, how can I do this? How can I solve this issue? And then I'll just go through this thought process of, okay, I'm gonna do this, and that, and then I'll get it done. And then I'll just get it done. There's so many things that I've been wanting to do for years that I've gotten them done so quickly now that I just rely on myself. Because when you start relying on others, you start doubting the capabilities that you have. You start doubting the person that you are, and you start thinking, well, I can't do that. Well, that's not me. I'm not capable enough to do all that. But you are. You just have never tried because you're scared of failing. And that's another thing. Being scared of failing. I used to be so scared of people finding out that I couldn't do something, or that I wasn't good at something, or that I was just bad at something in general, that I would avoid doing things in front of people so they can see how bad I was at them. It's so stupid, but I used to do that before, where I wouldn't really present myself to people because I was scared that they would find out that I'm this person that's dumb sometimes, because we're all dumb at times. So I just stopped really doing anything in front of people, so I became this like mystery person to everyone that was surrounding me, because no one knew anything about me. And that has its perks. I still think that I'm a little mysterious. I've always been that mysterious person. I don't really talk a lot. I like keeping my problems to myself. But now I'm a lot more expressive with what I can and what I can't do. And even if I can't do something, I'm still gonna try, because you learn from failure. So even if I'm not good at something, I'll accept it, and I'll be like, I'm never gonna, I'll realize that I'm never gonna learn if I don't give it a shot. If I'm bad at something, but I never try to get better at it, then I'm never gonna get better at it. That's literally how things are. So I try very hard every single day to kind of get that out of my head, that I need to be good at everything, because I'm not. I'm really not good at a lot of things. But the thing about me is that I try, and just the fact that I try, I think it makes other people think that I'm good at it, just because I go to it with so much confidence. I'm like, I know how to do that. I can do it right now. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. What the fuck? But I'll figure it out. I'll always figure it out. And I feel like even that in a work environment, I feel like that's always why I've quickly scaled up where I work, because because whenever they give me a project, I'm like, okay, I know how to do that. Give it to me. I can do that. I can do that in 5 minutes. And I don't know anything about the project, but I'll just be there Googling. I'll be like, how do you do this? How do that? And then I'll figure it out, and I'll turn in the project, and it's great. So then they're like, oh, she's so smart. See, that is the thing. A lot of people are too scared to fail. Sometimes I have failed, but I try again, and I try again, and I try again until I get it right. That's the thing about life. You're gonna fail multiple times until you get something right. Very rarely will you get something right first try. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it is rare. But if it happens, then rejoice. Rejoice that you have done it well the first time. Another thing that I want to talk about is that a lot of people are scared about the perception others will have about them. A lot of people are scared that people might see you as maybe a little narcissistic, as maybe someone that's not always available, as someone that's always busy, as someone that's strict, as someone that's always taking themselves seriously, as someone that takes too much care of what they eat, as someone that's too picky with what they do. But I feel that once you start having that confidence in yourself, you don't care about the opinion of others. Because back in the day, I used to be so afraid of what people thought of me. I used to be so afraid of like, oh, do they think I'm too mean? Do they think I'm too strict? Do they think I'm too this? And guess what? They did. They thought that I've always been very strict with myself, okay? If it's not with work, it was with school, it was with fitness, it was with anything. I have a very much type A personality. I like everything to be done well, and I like everything to be clean. I'm still like that. And I'm never going to change the perception people have about me of that thing, because that is how I am. And I used to be so afraid of people thinking I was like that. But once I accepted that's how I am, and I kind of like that I'm like that. I like the fact that I'm clean. I like the fact that I'm organized. I like the fact that I'm strict with myself, because I feel like that has taken me to places and made me do things that a lot of people my age just don't want to do, maybe are just too shy to do, or maybe just don't have that self-confidence to do. So I feel that you don't need to worry about what other people think of you, because a lot of times they're wrong. And even if they are right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think of you. What matters is what you think of yourself. A lot of times, people are too afraid to do what they want. You're too afraid to go for what you want, to say what you want, because you're afraid of what people might say about you. You're afraid of what people might think about you. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing something for yourself, who are you doing it for? For these people that don't even care about you? For me personally, I care a lot about my family. I love my family. I love my sister, I love my brother, I love my mom. We're very close. We always have a great time together. We're very close, and I love them. So I will go out of my way, do whatever I can for them. I love spending time with them. But honestly, for anyone else, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what you say about me. Because even if what you're saying is true, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. My world is not gonna collapse just because this random person doesn't like me. What is it gonna do to me? Like, you don't like me. Okay, you don't like me. What? Am I supposed to be sad because of that? No. I will not be sad. So yeah. The point, the final point of this video is basically be yourself. Try new things. If people don't like you, it doesn't matter, because what only matters is that you love yourself. So focus on loving yourself. Focus on improving yourself, and focus on what makes you happy and what makes the people you love happy. Because if someone truly loves you, just with the simple fact that you are being yourself, it's gonna make them happy. If they love you, it's because they love who you are, not what you show to other people, not the display that you put on for others. If someone truly loves you, they're gonna love you for who you are. So why are you trying to hide it? Why are you trying to put on this facade for other people? Just be you. And if they don't like it, then okay. Move on. Get new friends. Talk to new people. Go to somewhere. Go to an event. Go to events. You're always gonna meet people there. So yeah, that is my video. I don't know why I wanted to film a video about this, but my channel, I post whatever I want. I don't really have a theme going on. But I hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.